Hi all, welcome to day 4 Deep Autumn Forest, and I just love this one. This is my one of my favorite from all the class projects. So here I'm gonna start our autumn forest series now, right? So we'll just go more deeper into classes where we try to make paintings look alive, more realistic, more vibrant in nature, right? So yeah, let's jump right in. So in this class, we're also gonna learn how to use a paper without masking tape and then like painting both sides, right? So what I'm gonna do is we'll wet the whole paper. So this is front side of the paper that I'm wetting, but then I'm gonna go and wet the back side of the paper, and that is my acrylic glass. I just dipped my sheet in the water to get it wet, right? You can also wash it over the tap as well, or you can use brush to wet the whole paper. Just dipping the water in my jar was the quickest thing that I could do actually to get this paper wet right on both the sides. So I just went ahead and did it. So I was saying that I have aquatic glass slab at the bottom, right? And it my paper when I wet from both the sides it just stick very nicely, right? So if you can see that this is like sticking very nicely on my sheet. So that's what we have to do, and I love this technique. I don't have to worry much about water seeping here and there. So this class is all about wet on wet, right? So as of now, if I literally tell you, my paper is all drenched, but I think that's okay. That's the beauty of watercolor, and that's what I want all of you to enjoy. I don't want you to fear water while working with watercolors, right? So now my paper is all stick, and I just remove the puddles from the corner of the paper, and then make sure that my paper is all wet. There is no puddle. So couple of times going through my paper from top to bottom to ensure that there are no puddles. Right. Once you're sure about them, then let's start by very fun exercise. And I love this one, right? So, and also, if you have noticed, right, I want to keep some area a little lighter on the artwork. Basically, that's a path area which is visible in between your roads, right? So, this is a violet color, so ultramarine mixed with some crimson, very light toned down version. So now you see it darker, but when it dries it's gonna go very light and shade. Okay, and then soften the edge, so we don't want any hard edges. So same thing, I think by now you guys have learned how to soften the edge, so just soften the edge, right? That's it. So that is the part of the sky that we're trying to cover, and after that is all about autumn, right? So start with your gamboge yellow, then Indian yellow, orange, scarlet, some greens, and you know the drill. That's what we have been doing all along, right? So let's start. So I thought about how to do it, but then I was trying to figure out a way. This laptop was very time consuming, so I just went ahead and do lots of splatters on my paper because it was not gonna impact anything. So I just went ahead and did lots and lots of splatters at the first, right? So I just diluted my color, do splatters, just have fun. This is all fun exercise, and that is why I said, now this is my favorite class. So we do all fun things here. Okay, so I hope you guys are enjoying, and I'm so sorry this platter may actually get your table a little bit dirty, but then what's the fun not getting things dirty while you are making something great, right? So beautiful. So yeah, so I just did lots of splatters of the yellow shade. You can mix the splatters while you're doing the splatters. You can mix the colors, right? So you can pick lemon yellow, gombach yellow, Indian yellow, and then I want to cover the bottom part, right? So bottom part will be a little bit what do you say, darker because it's beside the road that we're trying to paint, right? So that's gonna be a little bit darker, and on the road area where I thought the color was there, I just lifted that color. I didn't want that color on the road area. Now we are just gonna do and mix some of our browns. Okay. And then we do the same thing. So basically I am trying to make a road out of it. So my road as in the artwork looks a little black in color, but then it's all about layering in watercolors, and you guys know now, right? So it's all about layering. So I'm just gonna do a base color of the road, so I know at least ki where is my path. Okay, so that we can do trees and all the leaves in the background that we are gonna show as the autumn around it. And that's why I just laid a road. Your road can be of any shape, just follow the perspective. So the road, when it comes near to you, it would be broader, but then if it goes away from you, the farther from you, it looks narrower, right? So that's the concept that you want to follow. You want to follow your perspective, right? So that's what I'm doing. And now whatever splatters we did, right, so the splatters impact will be there in the background, but then we're gonna just go and wash our brush over all the splatters, so we cover it, and then we're gonna go ahead and drop the next set of colors. Okay, if you wanna leave splatters like that, you can leave it also, no problem. I just did but if you see also, right, some whites are still there, so I have not mixed completely, but then something. So then I'll take my Indian yellow and then vermilion or scarlet red and then do lots of colors on top of this one, right? So we'll do again the same technique. If you want to do the stain splatters, then just cover your paper, right? You cover your half paper, do the splatter, then cover the next half of your paper and do the splatter, because I don't want the splatter to be on the road, right? Or do a very simple dab 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 movements and get going. So this is all fun, right? This is all fun. So your paper is already wet. We have wet our paper on both the sides, and now without bothering much, what happens to the color if I do this? What happens to the color if I drop here and there, right? No, it's all fun. So you drop your colors intentionally on paper, wherever you like, in whatever quantity, whatever shape sizes that you like, and just have fun with it, right? So when I fill the whole paper with this color, so you do left side, right side, you fill the whole paper with this color. So I'm gonna just speed up the process. You know the drill. You just fill up the whole paper with this color. Okay. So while I'm doing this, I realized that the bottom of the paper is already wet, right? And I don't want to lose that wetness of the paper. So I just went ahead and dropped in some darker shades around the road. Because if this paper becomes dry and then I add color, it's gonna leave a hard edge around it, and I didn't want it, right? So as I said, the bottom of the road, the sides of the road or the pathway will be darker in shade, and the upper would be little more brighter, right? So you will see a lot of browns at the bottom and yellow and oranges on the top. So that's what I was doing, and then you saw follow the same thing on the other side as well, right? The exactly same thing. So instead of me dropping orange and yellow first, I just went ahead and dropped in browns, and then I'll just lay over some orange or scarlet or anything on top of it, and that's perfectly okay. So the order of the sequence, you just have to remember what is if I couldn't do same thing at the top, right? Because at the top I want it to be lighter, so I couldn't do same thing at the top. So bottom I can do it because I want it a little darker, right? So I'm just following the same process that we did on the left hand side. Now it's just that paper was wet, right? I wanted my paper to be wet, and for this artwork, guys, I just want you to ensure that your paper is wet, right? If you think while working on this artwork your paper had dried, then don't do anything now. Okay, just don't do. Let your paper completely dry, and using your flat brush, do a wash on top of it without disturbing much color. So just do a wash on top of it so your paper gets wet again, and then you start the same process, right? The same process that we are doing now. And if you guys are noticing, right, I'm not gonna go in that sky area because I wanted to avoid that. It just looks like skies. It's like a road and then something is like visible, right? It's like something, some skies over there, right? And as I said, the road part needs to be darker, so I'm now adding some scarlet bright red. But believe me, guys, you'll see like shortly once this paper is all dry, it's gonna tone down. So don't worry, right? And you can do this exercise with your paint. So you swatch your paint, right? So you take your paint in different quantities, swatch it, on a different piece of paper, and then you will see, right? So if you take 10% of color, how it will dry up. If you take 20% of your color, how it will dry up. If you take 50% of your same color, how it will dry up. Now, because I have already done this for my shades of color, my brands of color, I know what is the quantity that I'll need to take for me to give that effect, right, or impact. But I want you guys to do this. So whatever basic techniques that we have learned, right? So I swatch some amount of color over there, but then I want you guys to go ahead and try different quantities, different percentage of the shade, and then see how it dries up, right? So now we are all done, and I just couldn't stop from splattering again. So I think now you know I love splattering, right? So this is, wow, this is like so pretty, right? I'm so happy with the output, and it's looking so bright. Oh my god, I die for this. This is very bright. Okay, so let's now proceed and darken our rows. As I said, I keep doing in layers. You'll not see me putting black right away on the paper, because actually, believe me, it's not gonna look good. Again, you can try this. You can, on a rough sheet of paper, do a road with only paints gray color, and then on another sheet of paper, do a road as I'm doing layering it, and observe it after some time. It's gonna make a huge difference. Okay, so layering watercolors is what makes it very beautiful and very interesting. Now let's go ahead and drop in some trees. Okay, because what's this artwork without the trees? It's just not gonna look like. So your leaves cannot be floating in the air without any branches, right? So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. So we'll just paint some branches, and it's exactly same as we learned in the techniques class, right? So we do like straight lines from bottom to top. Okay, and yeah, so once you're comfortable that your road is lighter, like it's okay, then you can make it dry. I felt like this was a lighter in color, so I just went ahead and then added one more shade to it before actually I start painting the trees. So yeah, just take your judgment call that if you feel it's something that you want to do, then go ahead and do it. And if you think your road is looking dark enough in the brown shade, then that's okay. So yeah, as I said, yeah, let's start painting trees and have fun. See, I am having so much fun painting the trees. So, and then yes, again, guys, right? So just always remember the perspective when you are drawing the trees also, right? So that is very important. So your trees will follow the path of your road, right? Because that's a roadway and you made a forest beside it. So it's an autumn pathway. Road in the center, and then trees around you, all around you, right? And as we learned in the techniques exercise, your trees will go slim at the top, very slim. Okay, it's very thin at the top, and they will be bulky at the bottom. But then because we'll have a lot of bushes in the bottom, you will not see that appearing, and that's okay. Okay, so do some tiny details. So add lots and lots of trees, right? So you add some bigger leaves, then only the what you say, the leg part of the leaves, not complete half trees also. So some trees are bigger, some are lighter, some are more darker, some are bulkier. Then you do short lines in order to fill that space, right? And then yes, we do a little darker on the roadside. At the bottom of the page, I just want it to be a little bit darker. Okay, so add trees according to you. I'm not gonna tell you to add trees left, right, here and there. It's just up to you where you want to go ahead and add trees. While I was drawing the trees, I realized that my that road path was getting a little bit dry, so I just went ahead and add the color. I used neutral tint here for making it little bit darker, and then I am also adding some branches so that they touch around my road and then make it little darker. Once this is all done and dried up, we are gonna do a detailing of this, right? So I thought the color was more, so see, I am correcting my mistake also over here. I'm lifting some colors because I think I added too much browns over there. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this to dry. Once this is dry, we're gonna do the detailing part. Okay, so it's almost dry, and as I said, told you guys, right, it's gonna go a little lighter in shade to what it was. If you see the difference from the previous and this one, you will definitely notice that it's gone a little bit darker. Now I'm just doing detail because we lost some details, right? While we were doing all this wet on wet, we lost some details. So I'm gonna just pick same color that we were picking, right? And then do the detailing. So those free leaves that are fallen will not only be on the side of the roads, they will also be on the road, right? So you do all these detailing on the side of the road, but then do not forget to put some colors here and there on the road as well. And you're gonna, because that's what it will lift your artwork, right? So it's just not about pouring color, but then also uh, understand, right, what we are trying to achieve here. So we're gonna give it a semi-realistic look. Then yeah, let's go ahead and do that, right? So see, now it is making my road pop, right? Earlier it was not making my road pop because there was nothing to differentiate on the roadside. So just add colors. So you can see I'm mixing a lot of colors and then picking up it based on what your bottom looks like. Like, so you have seen the for art in the start of the class. I've shown you the final artwork how it looks like. So based on that, you can always go ahead and add the color. So you know that the bottom part is a little bit darker. So you just add and put the colors. Now if these colors go blend within them, that's also okay. You don't have to worry about being getting them blend. I think that's okay. Yeah. Once you're done and satisfied with it, then I think we'll just detail the branches that we have already painted, right? I feel they're a little lighter in shade because once we dried the paper, they just went very light. So, but I just want them to pop a little bit. Okay, so I think I should stop, but I told you guys that I don't know when to stop. So I just sometimes I overdo the artwork. But if you feel like your artwork is looking good now and you should stop, then you should definitely stop. Okay. You can stop at this point because I think here my road is looking more brighter. But then I think I went ahead and did more colors, which actually made it look more natural because then my road is what somewhat mixed in the background, right? So it's just more autumny. Okay, so now we start with detailing the branches, right? So you can take a burnt umber or neutral tint or mix both of them together and then do the branches. So the same branches that we have painted, right? You just go on top of it, top of those trees and make them little darker. Also, you can branch out here and there. So that portion, that center portion, which is looking a bit empty, right? It shouldn't be that empty. So we're just gonna go and then branch out some trees onto that portion so it just doesn't look very empty. As of now, it's looking very pale. So once I cover the, and then you can branch other trees out, right? So all trees are very straight without any branches, which doesn't look natural to me. So just go ahead and branch out some trees as per you. Now, because I have added very tiny trees over here, right? What you can do, you can also add like one big tree at the one side of the paper and then branch it out, right? So up to you how you want to play with the artwork. And I recommend you to guys you to uh, try this out again, right? Try this out again and then paint in a very different version, right? Do your own variation. Just have fun. So yeah, let's branch out. Okay, so now see this area which was looking very empty, it's not empty anymore, and it's looking good also. That empty was, yeah, very unnatural, I will say. I just was not looking perfect to me. So you see, this tiny branches makes a huge difference, right? It's just amazing how it make it feel. Okay, so you can continue doing same thing until unless you're satisfied with your work. If you feel that yeah, that's it, that's enough, then just stop at that point. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me in this class. I hope you had lots and lots of fun, and I'm so happy how this turned out. This looks so beautiful, so amazing, right? It's very bright, and I just love doing wet on wet. So, thank you all for joining. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.